Hey Crafty Peeps, let's get crafting. These projects were inspired by this vintage sewing ephemera that I downloaded from Etsy, and I will link that down below. So for a couple of dollars, you get all this awesomeness, and you can make it to whatever size you need. And so that's what I'm using for all these projects. All the projects in this video are inspired by a contest that Kitchen Mama is having, and it's an automatic can opener that you can buy off Amazon. I've been using one for years, but they're having a contest about how can you make over a can for Mother's Day, and anyhow, this is where all that inspiration comes from. So for this first one here, I'm making a magnet. I'm doing that with 8 Jenga blocks. Nope, tumbling tower blocks. From Dollar Tree. And they're already this wood color, so it makes it really easy. And I like how it's not all like a perfect pattern, because I'm just going to put this down and it's going to look old and vintagey. So I'm just going to Mod Podge one of the little images that I cut out. Again, I just downloaded these and printed them on my printer, and I love them. I love vintage ephemera. If you've been with me for a while, I used to couldn't say that, and now I can say ephemera. And I'm going to use some of this lace ribbon from Stampin' Up and some of the faux suede ribbon also from Stampin' Up. I love these ribbons. I love Stampin' Up. I've been a customer for as long as I can remember. And then I'm going to use these wood letters to spell out Mom, and I got these of Amazon, so I will link those down below. And lastly, I will just add this little button up to the top, and then the magnets, and this project's done, and that's it. So I just love the old vintage look of it.
Full stop. Can't believe I live in your thoughts. I think about you all the time, morning, evening, and midnight. Such a wonderful delight. Forgo, give up everything that I own. Yeah, I'd give it all up now, just to be with you somehow. Unexpected love was found. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say.
Okay, so this is the project that inspired it all. It was transforming some tin cans and lids into an old looking spool of yarn, of thread, of fabric, I don't know, spool. I think I'm saying that right. So I took these big can lids that I got from, well, cans. I covered them in hazelnut paint by Waverly, and this paint was really old and it was really thick, and I should probably throw it away, but it worked out perfect for this because I wanted it to look kind of gross and old. And so I'm glad I didn't throw it away because it worked really good for this project. And so once I get that, have a good coat with hazelnut, I'm going to go back over it with the antique wax, also from Waverly, and then just with my chip brush, just kind of gently put it over these tin can lids. So I've got the 2 really large ones, and then this one I'm working on right now, that's just your regular average tin can size. And so this, what I'm painting right now, is going to be a button, where the other 2 large ones will be the top and bottom of my spool. I just feel like I'm not saying that right. Spool. I hope so. Anyhow, so I'm kind of trying to make these look like old wood, but it's okay if they look like old copper too. Okay, so now for the tin can. I'm just going to glue the nautical rope all the way around because this is what would be wound around our spool.
that I love you. Ooh, ooh, you, so slow. Hold you in my arms, won't let go. The world around could pass us by, a thunderstorm, a lightning strike, as we hold each other tight. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I
Okay, so now I'm going to glue the tin can onto both of the large lids. I'm going to use a little bit of E6000 as well as hot glue to adhere them.
love you. Ooh, ooh, you, ooh,
And then for the button, I'm going to take my crocodile tool, which if you're not familiar with, cuts through things like butter. It's crazy. So I'm just going to cut 2 holes in it and make this look like an old button. This project, I'm going to take one of the bamboo cutting boards from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to lay down some Mod Podge and then just take pieces of this ephemera and just push it all around onto this board and just make a really neat collage. And then I'm just going to tie some ribbon, add a little tag, and that'll be pretty much it. I'm going to make it stand up by adding some tumbling tower blocks, but other than that, I'll just let you watch the process.
full stop. Can't believe I live in your thoughts. I think about you all the time, morning, evening, and midnight. Such a wonderful delight. Forgo, give up everything that I own. Yeah, I'd give it all up now just to be with you somehow. Unexpected love was found. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you. Ooh, you, so slow. Hold you.
Okay, a super easy addition to our vignette here. This is a frame that I used to have on my wall. I bought a set of these like frames that someone went around and bought like a ton of frames, and then they like whitewashed them and then they sold them in sets. And I used to have them just empty on my wall. I loved it. Anyhow, so I've taken them all down and now I have them to use for projects. So this is going to be great. So I printed this off from that digital download. I'm just going to take my like deep brown ink around it just to give it that little extra, tape it down to just a little piece of chipboard here, cardboard, whatever you want to call it, and then I'm going to hot glue it into the frame. That's it. Easy peasy. Looks great. As you can see, it already has its command strip on there because that's what I had it up before. Look it, that's it. Isn't that beautiful? I want to add just a simple beaded garland to this vignette. So this is a wood tag that I purchased from Hobby Lobby. It came in a pack of, I want to say, 6, and it's actually in their like party section. So if you're looking for them, that's where I found them. So I will just cut these down and Mod Podge them on, decorate the tag a little bit, and then just sew those, not sew the beads on, but string, that's the word I was looking for, string the beads on, and this will just be a cute little addition to our vignette.
Full stop. Can't believe I live in your thoughts. I think about you all the time, morning, evening, and midnight. Such a wonderful delight. Forgo, give up everything that I own. Yeah, I'd give it all up now, just to be with you somehow. Unexpected love was found. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you. Ooh, ooh, you, ooh, so slow, hold you in my arms, won't let go. The world around could pass us by, a thunderstorm, a lightning strike, as we hold each other tight. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you. Ooh, ooh, you, ooh, ooh, you, ooh, ooh, you're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say, you're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest.
Lastly, this hardly seems like a DIY. I picked this up from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to just slide the image in there at the front, and then I'm going to add a really pretty little lacy flower up in the corner, and I can switch this out if I want to do a different decor piece, but that's it. That was all. This isn't really a DIY, I don't think. A small transformation. But anyhow, I hope you enjoyed these DIYs. I had so much fun making them. They reminded me of my grandmother, who was an amazing seamstress, and she always had to fix my clothes because I was a tiny child. And so this video makes me think of her, and I'll dedicate it to her. I wish she was still with us so she could see it. But anyhow, I had fun making these projects. I hope you enjoyed them and you will like and share. Maybe you'll stick around and hit that subscribe button. Until next time, happy crafting!